Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you had a fantastic day, and as always, I will always hope and pray that you have nothing but fantastic days only. Alright, now let's get started. So fun fact number 26, actress/actor review 6, I am doing Chosen Jacobs. He does have a Wikipedia page, so I went over there and I post some facts about him. I'm going to tell you them. It's not going to be lengthy. It's not going to be word for word. Just telling you the things that I feel like are important and that I feel like you should know about this actor. All right. So first thing is, he was born on July 1st, 2001. He was born in Springfield, Massachusetts. I cannot pronounce this word. You get what I'm trying to say. I cannot say this word for whatever reasoning. All right. But you get what I'm trying to say, though. All right. But anyway. He moved to Atlanta when he was very little. He sings, plays guitar, and piano. He first started acting when his mom put him in theater classes. He is best known for the hit 2017 movie It, and he got his first ever big award nomination from the MTV Movie Awards in 2018, and he even ended up winning with the cast. All right? So, excuse me. So those are just some facts about Chosen Jacobs, all right? Now, I'm only going to talk about It because that's what he's really known for. He has been in other movies and TV shows, but he is mainly known for It. So that's all I'm going to discuss. All right. Now, so I think you would call this a reboot. So It came out in 1990. That was the first original movie, okay? They came back in 2017, and I guess it's a reboot, all right? I guess that's the word for it, all right? Now, the casting is accurate. They both look the same. Everything looks the same. Pennywise looks very different. Like, I don't know why Pennywise looks like an actual clown in 1990, and then in 2017 he looks like a clown, but he's also like something... But he also looks like something, I don't know, something else, I guess. I don't know. They didn't make him look like an actual clown. They made him look like, I have no idea. I can't even describe it. But everything's pretty accurate, all right? They didn't change too much around, all right? I tried to watch the one from 1990, and I was so bored. Okay, I was so bored. Maybe because the 2017 one had action in it. Like, it was a lot. Like, I like action movies, okay, especially in horror flicks. I do. So it was a lot of action going on, and they had commentary that was funny.
Welcome to the Losers Club, asshole.
2017 are two different years. Like, the language is different, the clothes are different, and all that. But then again, in the 2017 one, they are still in the 90s. So I don't know. Maybe they use the old stuff with the new stuff and mashed it together in 2017 one. I don't know, because this one is set in the 90s as well. So I don't know. Maybe I just don't like the one from 1990. Maybe I don't have a real reasoning. But I guess, well, the first time I tried to look at it, I was just bored. So maybe that's really the only reasoning. I was just bored. Like, I just did not like the one from 1990. All right. And I have no plans on ever going back and trying to rewatch it because I just did not like it. Okay, and I gave it more than one shot, and I still didn't like it. Okay, so I'm going to stick to the one from 2017. I probably should not have seen this one first. I probably should have seen the one from 1990 first. So I didn't already go into there with high expectations of it. I think that's what I did. I shouldn't have seen the new one first. I should have seen the old one. I should have done that. But I did not do that. So unfortunately, I did not like the one from 1990. All right. But maybe I'll give it a third shot. Maybe. If I can find it. I might give it a third shot. But if I didn't like it the first two times, it's not going to change the third time. All right? It's not going to. But anyway. So the one from 2017, I just like it because it's just better to me. Like, the action's better. The language is better. Everything is just better about it. I like the characters a lot. You know, it doesn't feel like they're set in the 90s because it feels like it's recent. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like it was set in the 90s. You really didn't even know it was until you looked at their outfits and you listened to the music that's playing in the background. And of course, you look at their hair. So that's how you knew. Sorry. But everything else was like, gave me new school look. Like, oh, this is new. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I just like the one from 2017. Like, I just feel like that's the better one. All right. And I was so upset that I could not go see this in theaters. I was moving at the time. So, of course, I didn't have time to go see a movie. I really wanted to see this in theaters. Everybody was talking about it at school, on social media. Just, it's everywhere. People were talking about it. And I was so upset that I could not watch this in theaters. But I was able to see It Chapter 2 in theaters, which is good. But I really wanted to see this one in theaters, because this was the one that I was really anxious for. Like, I was really just eager to see. You know what I mean? And I couldn't even see it, so... But luckily, I was able to watch it on my Fire Stick. I think I was on the Kodi app. I was able to watch it on there. And of course, I did like it. I am a big Stephen King fan. So of course, I never dislike anything he makes. I feel like he just doesn't make a bad movie, a bad show. You know what I mean? Like, he just doesn't do that. So of course, it is one of my favorite movies because Stephen King. You know what I mean? So yeah. But I was definitely wanting to see this in theaters, all right? Because I feel like it would have just been 10 times better, all right? But anyway, so there's nothing I disliked about this movie, but there is one thing. It's not really a big thing because it's still my favorite movie. But there is one thing that I didn't like, and that's Mike, okay? Which is played by Chosen Jacobs. I don't know who the boy is playing Mike from 1990. I'll put him in here. He's like 40 years old now or something. But I'll put him in here, all right? But Chosen Jacobs is playing Mike, okay? I don't dislike Mike. I like Mike. But I don't feel like Mike was giving attention, really. Like, he did have one solo scene where he saw Pennywise right here when he was back in some building. My fault. Him and his uncle, some building they do work together in. He went to the back to dump the trash and he saw Pennywise right there. That was his little solo scene. Then he got another one, but he was getting beat up. He was getting okay, and then Pennywise popped up, so the scene kind of was taken off of him because Pennywise showed up and these boys are talking and screaming, and then the Losers Club came, so he went all off the mic and went back to everyone else again. You know what I mean? He did speak, okay? I'm not saying he did not speak in this movie. He did talk. He spoke. He did all of that. When it was time to do fighting, whatever, he did do all that. Because, again, he's with the Losers Club. Their moral purpose is to take down Pennywise. So, of course, you got to go through all this stuff because Pennywise is crazy like that. You got to go through all of these people as him and Pennywise himself. So, of course, you're going to be doing activities. He was doing all of that, all right? But I don't feel like he was giving any solo scenes beside that one time when he saw Pennywise when he was dumping the trash. I don't count that jumping scene. That doesn't count because everybody was talking and doing this but him. He didn't even get to speak, really. It's just him laying there. And then he did fight Henry Bowers when towards the very end of the movie, when Beverly was taken by Pennywise and they're trying to go get her back. They fell down some chimney, or he was supposed to throw them a rope or something, and then Henry Bowers came and beat him up. And of course, Mike did not speak. I don't recall him speaking. I recall Henry speaking, but I don't recall Mike saying anything. I recall him just beating him up. He didn't even beat him up. He just threw him down the chimney or whatever it's called. All right, so he didn't even get to speak. So most of the time, it's like he couldn't do both at once. He had to either speak or fight. He could not do both. I just didn't get why. Like, it's either he sits here and talks or he fights. While the others can do both. Like, they can talk, fight, do all that. So it's like, why can't he get to do that? You know, I know that Bill is the main character. He's going to always get most of the work, most of the attention. So I understand that. But for everybody else, no. Only Bill's the main character because Georgie is what is really the one that's motivating Bill to want to find Pennywise. So everything's going to revolve around Bill anyway. So, of course, I expect for him to do everything. But everybody else, their importance is the same as Mike's. But somehow they got to do this and they got to say all of this. And Mike's kind of just standing there, you know. And he will talk, but like, again, I just didn't feel like he was getting enough attention for me. All right. It was like he was there for show, basically. Like, yeah, he's just here, you know, don't mind him. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't significant enough. But in It Chapter 2, everything I wanted Mike to do in this one, he did in this one, in the Chapter 2 one. It's like, okay, this is cool and all, but I don't really care about the adult version of the Losers Club. I care about them as kids more because excuse me, because they were more interesting and funny as children, and they were doing more. Them as adults is like, okay, you're adults now. I mean, it's not really that fun anymore. But everything I wanted Mike to do in the second one, in the 2017 one, he wasn't doing. But he was doing all of that in the chapter 2. I'm guessing they were trying to make up for it. But it's like, I mean, why not do all of that for this one? Why wait until they're adults to finally let him speak more and do action more and do both? Like, why? I didn't like that. You know what I mean? I wanted him to do that in the 2017 one. Like, why not? But maybe that's how they wrote the plot, I guess. Maybe they didn't want Mike to do anything or whatever. And again, guys, I did not finish the one from 1990. So maybe Mike was like that and that one. Maybe they were doing the same tactics. But if they were, I don't see why. Like, why do that? I know you're supposed to, when you're rebooting something, you're supposed to keep the same thing going. You're not supposed to change the characters drastically. You're not supposed to change the plot. You're supposed to keep it. But we don't have to do Mike how he was in that one. At the 1991, if he was just like that, you guys didn't have to do that in the 2017 one. All right? Because Mike deserved better. All right? He really did. He really had the potential to be the star, but fortunately, they did not give him a chance to until It Chapter 2. All right? So, I'm done with that rant. But remember, It is a good movie. The one from 2017 is a good movie, and the one from 2019 is a good movie. All right? They're both good movies, okay? I'm done with that. Now, Chosen Jacobs has a lot of potential, but unfortunately, he's not afforded any of the same opportunities as his other castmates. You notice that you've seen all of them again. Like, it didn't matter if it was just a movie or a show. You've seen all of them again doing something else. They have a lot of stuff under their belt. When you go on Chosen Jacobs, you notice it's a huge difference. It's like a huge gap. So it's like Chosen Jacobs was not given nothing to do after that. It's like, come on, guys, give him something else to do. Like, I feel like, I mean, I know what's the reasoning. I just don't want to say it for numerous reasons. But I know the reasoning for why that's happening. Because all of his castmates were doing just fine and are still doing just fine after this movie. And then Chosen Jacobs is just chilling. Which is not a big deal. But I want to see him again. Like, how can he be in one of the biggest movies of 2017? Remember what came out in that year. Get Out came out, Split, Girls Trip. So it was a lot of crazy movies out. And it still managed to be on the top, like on the top of the, whatever that thing's called, where you count the streams and all that for movies. It was one of the biggest selling movies. You would think Chosen Jacobs was going to come back and do something else as big, but no. His castmates did, but then he did not get the opportunity. So I thought that was very unfortunate, because I really did think that was going to really put him higher, like more filmmakers can see him and cast him and he will be able to do stuff, but fortunately no. But I do have high hopes for him. I do hope I see him again. He is doing some, either it's a show or a movie with the actress Lexi Underwood. You probably know her from that Hulu show Little Wildfires, or whatever. I think it's called Little Wildfires. so you probably know her. So they're doing some movie or some show together. All right. So hopefully that does good and Chosen Jacobs can be put on top again. But I feel like if everybody else was doing good, he should have been doing just as good as them. All right. But again, I know the reasoning. I won't say it, but I do know the reasoning for that. All right. But hopefully this little project he's doing with Lexi is going to go good. It's going to do good. I will support it. I mean, if I have the streaming, I don't know the streaming service it'll be on, but I will watch it. I will support it because I really do like Chosen Jacobs. And he had a lot of potential, but he unfortunately just could not show it to you in that movie. All right. But he does have potential. He is a good actor. All right. So that's the end of this review. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. Comment any actresses or actors you want to review on. I got you. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. See you later.